Ocean Industries Leadership Conference 2023. My name is Kelly, and this is the Diversity in the Blue Economy podcast with the help of Gale Force Wins. And today we have the wonderful Naylor, who is a part of Students on Ice. Tell us a little bit about Students on Ice and yourself as well.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much for having me, Kellyanne and Gale Force Wins. So I am the program manager for Blue Futures Pathways, which is a program within Students on Ice, also known as the SOI Foundation. Yeah, so we've been around since 2000, so 23 years now. I can't believe that's been that long for Students on Ice. I joined 3 years ago, but yeah, so I think a lot of people, when they think about Students on Ice, they really kind of think about the expeditions that we tend to do. So we're well known for expeditions to the Arctic and Antarctica and kind of in between all of that. And so since 2000, we've had over 40 expeditions. We have over 3,300 alumni, and all of those alumni kind of represent like 52 different countries. So it's pretty exciting to have that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you, some of the programs you have, could you elaborate a little bit more on that?
For sure. So Students on Ice has kind of like, we have quite a few core programs. So we have the expedition program, which many people know about, and then we have the alumni program. So that's such a great program because it really supports the alumni after they've gone on expedition, because usually expedition is such a life-changing experience for all of our young people or educators. And so what do they do after? How can they keep getting support? And so this alumni program is so fantastic because there's so many more opportunities for alumni. They get invited to various conferences. Like we had alumni going to like COP15, COP27, and it's so fun when we travel to conferences that we always see them kind of around and get to catch up.
Yeah.
And then we also, of course, I'll talk a little bit about my program, which is the Blue Futures Pathways program. So we started this about 3 years ago, and we did phase 1, which was a landscape analysis to look at what was happening in Canada in this sustainable blue economy space in terms of helping, supporting, recruiting young people into this workforce, into this economy.
Yes.
And then phase 2, which was in collaboration with like the Ocean Supercluster, MyTax, NSERC, Cove, and Eco Canada were also supporters and partners with this program, was really about actually doing some of the challenges, or addressing, I should say, some of the challenges and gaps that research had been done by, for example, Dr. Gerry Scully, who I think is about to speak in like 10 minutes about some of her work on how do we engage, how do we recruit, and how can we provide those opportunities. So we like to think of Blue Futures Pathways, and sometimes I'll just say BFPs, as like a one-stop shop in which we offer a lot of like 5 key things. So education and learning is one, training and workshops, internships, funding for employers to actually be able to hire the interns who've done some of this training with us, and then of course mentorship, and how can we support them, not even leading up to those opportunities, but of course after the opportunities as well.
Yes, and it's nice to see that Students on Ice has a good balance of all 3 different industries of government, academia, industry, getting all of those coming together. What do you think is really important, especially with Students on Ice, the diversity? How does that play a part into Students on Ice?
Yeah, I mean, diversity at our core is like one of our key values, is that diversity, and like celebrating that diversity and acknowledging that we are better with diversity. So not only just with diversity of our young people who are on expedition, or the purposely doing targeted engagement and understanding that there are barriers, there are challenges, and I think Students on Ice is really a leader, and so I love working for them, of acknowledging that and kind of breaking down those barriers. And it's even as simple as things like when youth are applying for expedition in the Arctic, they don't all have great internet access, right? Like we think of it in the cities, it's great, but in the Arctic it isn't. So they can apply through voice memo or through video and upload it, and that's just easier in some cases. Or not everyone's great at writing, right? And so sometimes doing that video like kind of application is a lot easier. And there's lots of different ways that we kind of support that, and it's at the core. And then in terms of having that like academia and industry industry together. It's just, you know, we can kind of take advantage of both, and we can learn from that, and bringing in that not-for-profit is just like, you know, like we need each other to kind of move forward and to move that dial and in bringing in that diversity.
Yeah, 100%. And if someone wanted to get involved with Students on Ice, how would they do so?
Yeah, there's so many ways to be involved. So I think the key one is like social media. Follow us on social media. For the expedition side, they will post when applications open. For Blue Futures Pathways side, we have what we call the Port, which is the portal for opportunities, resource, and talent, and that showcases everything that's kind of happening within like job opportunities. So there's a job board that's completely free for employers to post within Canada, but also for students to go look and see what's available. That's where we host a lot of our learning modules that we've developed in-house that introduces you to what is a sustainable blue economy, because for us at SOI, it's anything within oceans, freshwater, wastewater, and the cryosphere of ice, because water obviously is all connected.
Yes.
And so mentorship, internship programs, there's all kinds of ways. So I think the best way is probably go visit our site, follow us on social media, sign up to our newsletter, and then everything will kind of become available.
Exactly. And what is one thing you're looking forward to with your career going ahead?
Well, I mean, so the most immediate thing that I'm looking forward to, and I think it's so timely because we're in Newfoundland, is, as I mentioned, we kind of finished phase 2 of our Blue Futures Pathways.
Yes.
And so we're launching phase 3, and like the first kind of big launch event or programming is our Blue Futures Pathways expedition.
Awesome.
So on this expedition, so we're running 3 this year. So there's the Innu expedition, which is in with our Ocean Decade expedition. So this is part of an Ocean Decade action through the UN.
Cool.
And then we have what a lot of people consider like maybe a more traditional SOI expedition, and that's the Torn Gap Mountains one this year. And then the BFP expedition is Newfoundland and Labrador. So actually we'll start from Happy Valley, Goose Bay, come down the Labrador coast, come over to like the Newfoundland coast, Rosemorne, Stephenville, around the west coast, Conn River, Placentia Bay, St. John's. And so it's really exciting for me to be a part of that, for me to be part of that organization, and then to actually go on expedition and highlight like all of the different careers that are available within the sustainable blue economy, and then especially looking at like what are the coastal opportunities for Newfoundland as well, and for young people, and get them involved and see how they can be part of it.
Yeah, so I'm assuming the students, when they join the program, they live on the boats.
Yes. So they will fly into St. John's with us, and then we will do a pre-programming here in St. John's, and then we will fly to Happy Valley Goose Bay, and they will be on the boat for us for that like 10-11 day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What an experience to have as a youth, especially like gaining that experience, hands-on, full force. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you.
Your foundation I have admired for a very long time.
Yes.
For a very, very long time. So I'm over the moon that you're here, and thank you for your hard work as well.
No.
Nonprofits are so much work, but they're worth it.
They are a lot of work, but I'm just one of so many people at SOI who do a lot of the hard work. So
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.